Hello, it is January 30th, 2024. I just got back from a sauna session. I've been on a fast. I'm on the sixth day of my fast, and I'm really not doing anything but spending time with the Lord. But one thing I have been doing is I've done an infrared sauna every day because when you're on a fast, your body shifts into healing mode, into cleansing mode. And so I do everything to facilitate that process. Um, so when you go into fasting, your body shifts. It takes its energy. It eats up all these things that aren't good in your body. Like I've had times fasting. I used to have these little bumps, certain places, kind of genetic thing. My dad has them too, where like there'd be these little fat things under your skin. I go on a fast and it just eats it up. It's gone. And so a fast will do those kind of things, and it's cleansing. It's just cleansing your whole system, and that's why it's important, especially on the first days of your fast, to drink a lot of water, so that you're urinating out those toxins, and drinking enough water so that you're moving out, cleaning out your digestive system, your bowels, those toxins. So I'm going to share just a few minutes on this because I think a lot of people don't make it past the first couple of days of a fast. Some of it, you may have discomfort just because you have to overcome that desire, that most basic desire of the gut, of your belly, the desire to eat. The last 3 fasts I've been on, I've gone seamlessly into the fast without even becoming hungry because I've subjected those desires to my spirit and they don't even rise up anymore. I've been on a fast for 7 days now. I haven't eaten anything, just drinking water. And I think maybe I had a little slight grumbling on one day for like 3 seconds. That's it. But it knows it's not going to have its way. So part of it, that first day or two may be really uncomfortable because it's part of that. No, you got to subject your desires, the will of the flesh, to the spirit. That's part of the fast, is the humbling of the soul. Is this the fast that I have called for, Isaiah 58, for a man to humble his soul? But some of the symptoms you can get with foggy brain and headaches, that makes it really hard to be on a fast, because on a fast you want to focus on the Lord, you want to get into the Word more, and if you're all foggy brained and you got headaches, it's hard to do that. And it's like, what's the profit? What's the profit in this, Lord, right? Sometimes, I've had those times, but I've learned how to overcome that, at least for me. So I'm going to share a few things that may help some people that want to fast. Or, the reality is Jesus said, he didn't say if you fast, he says when you fast. So we're all called to fast, to humble our souls, to bring the desire under the Spirit, to overcome the lust of the eyes, the lust of the flesh, and the pride of life. So some other things I do, because when you begin to fast, it begins to pull these toxins out and pulls it into your bloodstream to then be released through urine and other ways, right? Even through your skin. So that's one of the reasons why I do I'm doing an infrared sauna every day, because the skin is one of the ways toxins is released. So I go into a sauna, and the hottest sauna they got, I'll go up to 170 degrees for 40 minutes to an hour, to just sweat, to release those toxins. But the other things I do to help remove the headaches, the foggy brain, because I don't have any of those things now. Nothing at all. I haven't on the last three or four fasts. I don't have that at all. is that I take sea salt. That's the only thing as far as, on my fast, I only drink water. But what I started doing was adding sea salt, unrefined sea salt. So unrefined sea salt has like 100 minerals in it. And that would be Himalayan sea salt, could be Celtic sea salt, it could be real salt, which is mined in Utah. But all those salts have like 100 minerals in them. They have all the minerals you need, potassium, except iodine. And so salt, unrefined salt, is incredibly important for your body to detox, to pull that stuff out of your body, to facilitate that. Not to mention, you're just getting these minerals into your body. So that's a really big piece. So I'll take a teaspoon of unrefined sea salt in the morning with, 6 to 8 ounces, and I just down it. And then I add a couple teaspoons to the water I'm going to drink that day, maybe a carafe like that. So that's one thing I do. And then plus, when you're fasting for a long time, water just gets to tasting not so good. It just doesn't. It's like minerally, because you're also, when you're fasting, one of the ways toxins is released is through your tongue. And so you can get this metallic taste from heavy metals being released, trying to being released out of your body. So if you add a little salt to your water, it can become a little bit more palatable. Plus, you're helping to facilitate that. The other thing I do is I take iodine, an iodine product. I take 50 milligrams, which is most people will go, "Whoa, that's insane!" But I've been doing it. I've been taking high doses of iodine for probably 10 years, and at the dosages I take it at, it actually is apoptotic to cancer. It supports your glands. It actually chelates and pulls heavy metals out of your body, and other things like halides, like fluoride. It doesn't maybe work real good at pulling fluoride out, but bromide, which is a toxic halide. So I'll take that with my sea salt as well. A 50 milligram. I would suggest if you've never taken it, I would start at 12.5 milligrams because some people have some issues depending on their body. Some people can get heart palpitations, but I've been taking it a long time, never had an issue. And then I'll just take some high dose vitamin C before I go to bed, which is also incredibly important for detoxing your body. They say that you need about 2,500 milligrams a day just to deal with the daily load of toxins that we deal with every day. 2,500 milligrams just to deal with the daily load, not the back load. And so that's a big piece. But I will say this, I don't drink coffee. So if you drink coffee and you try to fast without coffee, you're probably going to get a headache because caffeine is a drug and it's a stimulant, and your body is wanting that, right? It's become addicted to it. Whether you want to believe that or not, it's the truth. So, so I'll leave it at that. And anyway, so when I was at my sauna today, on this fast, I've had pretty much all my devices off. My phone, my computer, unless I'm uploading a video, everything's been off. But in the sauna, sometimes I'll turn on some music because it does get hard, especially the last 10 minutes to finish that out when you're at that heat level and your body is in hormesis. So normally, sometimes I'll listen to a little bit of music, but today I had a notification pop up, a video of a sister in the Lord, and so I just listened to that message, and it brought forth some revelation. And what she was bringing forth was in regards to the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, that it's not a physical thing, Or what if it's not a physical thing, but a spiritual thing, a figurative thing? And I've always thought of it as a figurative thing, as a spiritual thing, not a literal tree. And so it just began to bring forth some other revelation in me. And so that's where I want to go today, regarding this tree of the knowledge of good and evil. So to walk with the Lord, when man originally walked with the Lord, our faculties were in full function. Our mind, you could say our brain, both the left and right hemisphere were fully functioning, equally functioning. But as you've known, you've probably heard that there's a somewhat of a disconnect, and some people are more right-brained, some people are more left-brained, and we don't fully function out of both sides. The left brain is more your logical, language, word side of your brain, and your right brain is more your imaginative, your creative, your mercy side, your compassionate side. Your left hemisphere, your brain, controls your right hand. Your right hemisphere of your brain controls your left hand. And we know from Scripture, the Lord, when he presented us his hands in Psalm chapter 85, his left hand is his hand of mercy, his right hand is his hand of truth. And so the right hemisphere of the brain controls, you could say, the mercy side. It's that side of your brain it's the mercy side. And your left side of your brain is the truth side, the language side, this communication. So we have these two hemispheres of the brain, mercy and truth. I'm just going to simplify it to that, mercy and truth. And when we're fully functioning in mercy and truth, we are rooted and grounded in love. We are rooted to the heart of the Father. We are connected to the heart of the Father in that place. But what happened in the fall when we ate of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, there became a disconnect. We're functioning more out of one side than the other, and we're not fully functioning out of the fullness of what he created us to be, and no longer connected to the heart of God. And so how do we get back? How do we get back to that place that we would be rooted and grounded in love, as it says in Ephesians chapter 3? Well, when Paul there is speaking about rooted and grounded in love, he's drawing from David, the fellowship of the mystery, the fellowship of the secret place. That fellowship of the mystery or the secret is when he speaks about the height, the depth, the breadth, the length, to know the love of Christ which passes knowledge. He's drawing that from Psalm 139, a psalm of David. And the foundation of that is mercy and truth. We are rooted in his love by being rooted in his mercy. We are grounded in his love by being grounded in the truth. That is both our left and right hemisphere being joined together, step by step. Not, we're much more on the mercy side, right? And so then we're into this hyper grace thing, or whatever it may be, right? Or we're functioning highly in this truth side, but yet mercy has very little place at all. And so then we're very much law, carnally minded. The reality is we're carnally minded if we're not walking in the fullness of both of them. In measure, we're carnally minded. To come back to the garden, we must be fully functioning, rooted and grounded in his love, rooted in his mercy, grounded in his truth. which connects us to the heart of God. Which restores back that which was lost in the garden. So it's a journey. It's a journey of connecting and walking in His mercy, knowing that mercy. Understanding what mercy is and walking in it. Walking in that forgiveness. Walking in that acceptance. Being rooted in that love. And walking it out. These are the eternal paths. As David says in Psalm 25:10, all the paths of the Lord are mercy and truth. This is the way we're to walk. This is how we walk with the Lord. This is taking us back. And of course, we walk in the truth by renewing our mind to the truth. By observing the truth of the life of Christ. Walking with Him in that. And what's happening in that process, our mind is being renewed. The neurons, the axons are beginning to reconnect. And we're beginning to get this equalization back to the left and right brain. There's a healing going on. I've been on this journey since 2007, when the Lord released the revelation, or began releasing the revelation to me of mercy and truth. All these years is like, am I slow or what? But it's this journey to come into the revelation because I was crying out to Him to know Him, to be really, really intimate with Him, to know Him like that. And He brought forth this revelation. And so it's been a journey of that. It's the journey of sitting at the Lord's table and partaking of mercy and truth, partaking of the blood, the mercy, the forgiveness, the laid down life that was required to release the mercy, that we join ourselves to Him, that we lay down our lives. We come off the throne of our heart to abide in that place of mercy. We eat of the bread, which was representative of His body, the Word made flesh. Renew our mind to that. We eat of it. We digest it. We meditate on it. And when those two come together, we have peace. What does peace mean? Two becoming one. Left and right becoming one. Coming back to the heart of the Father. Being rooted and grounded in love. And something my sister said is about the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, like the root system, right? The root system being the brain, right? And the axons, the nerves. But see, rooted and grounded in love, right? It's up here. And being rooted and grounded in His mercy and His truth, that root system into the heart of God is being reestablished and healed. You know, in Isaiah chapter 55, well, let me, in Psalm chapter 57, a Psalm of David, where the foundation of the Psalm is mercy and truth. And so I'll begin I remember the beginning of the psalm. It escapes me for a second here, but anyway, throughout the psalm, David talks about mercy and truth, mercy and truth, mercy and truth. And then towards the end of the psalm, he says, "For your mercy is great unto the heavens, and thy truth unto the clouds." Your mercy is great unto the heavens, your truth unto the clouds. And David also says in that psalm, send forth your mercy and your truth. Mercy and truth is the covenant. Mercy and truth is this fellowship where we are being rooted and grounded in his love. Your mercy is great unto the heavens, your truth unto the clouds. We're walking with him in covenant love, right? We're rooted and grounded in this love. But what I want to connect Psalm 57 to, your mercy is great unto the heavens, your truth unto the clouds. So in Isaiah 55, it says, incline your ear, come unto me here, and your soul shall live, and I will make an everlasting covenant with you, even the sure mercies of David. For I have given him, speaking of David, for a witness to the people, a leader and a commander to the people. And you shall call a nation which you know not, and nations which know not thee shall run unto thee, because of the Lord thy God, and for the Holy One of Israel, for he has glorified thee. That's those who have entered into this covenant of mercy and truth. They're rooted and grounded in his love. They're flowing with him. There's been a healing that's taken place. And they're connected back to the heart of the Father. Thus, he can be glorified through them. Because they're manifesting his nature. They're walking in his very steps, the paths of mercy and truth. Enoch walked with God. It means he walked in the paths of mercy and truth, in this intimacy before the Father. David says in Psalm 116, I will walk before Yahweh in the land of living. Speaking of mercy and truth. I believed, therefore I spoke. Incline your ear, come unto me here, and your soul shall live. And I will make an everlasting covenant with you, even the sure mercies of David. For I have given him for a witness to the people, a leader and a commander to the people. And you shall call a nation which you know not, and nations which know not thee shall come unto thee, because of the Lord thy God, and for the Holy One of Israel, for he has glorified thee. Seek the Lord while he may be found. Well, mercy and truth go before his face. That's how you seek him. Psalm 89, verse 14. Mercy and truth shall go before your face. In Psalm 24, where those who have ascended Zion, it says, this is the generation that seek him, that seek thy face, O God of Jacob. Selah, mercy and truth go before his face. Seek the Lord while he may be found. Call upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord. Return back to the ancient paths, to the eternal paths of mercy and truth. Return, Lord, and he shall have mercy unto you, and unto our God, and he shall abundantly pardon him. For my ways are not your ways, neither my thoughts your thoughts, right? Because that was lost. That was lost when man ate of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Began to come and think from another way, from another heart. They became disconnected from the heart of the Father. For my ways are not your thoughts, neither my thoughts your thoughts, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your thoughts. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts higher than your thoughts, saith the Lord. See what David said? Your mercy is great unto the heavens, your truth unto the clouds. How do we get back to his ways, to his thoughts? By walking in mercy and truth. By binding them about our neck, by writing them upon the table of our heart, by walking it out. So I'm going to go to Psalm 57 because the Holy Spirit just brought it to me. Psalm 57. Be merciful, or it's literally be gracious unto me. Be gracious unto me, O God, be gracious unto me, for my soul trusteth in thee. Yea, in the shadow of your wings will I make my refuge. What's he talking about? The secret place. Under the cherubim or the seraphim's wings where mercy and truth meet. Where there's this healing. Be gracious unto me. There's his grace. It's the throne of grace. There's grace here. Be gracious unto me, O God, be gracious unto me, for my soul trusteth in thee. Yea, in the shadow of your wings shall I make my refuge, until these calamities be overpast. I will cry unto God Most High, unto God who performs all things for me. He shall send from heaven and save me from the reproach of him that will swallow me up. God shall send forth his mercy and his truth, his mind, his heart, his thoughts. My soul is among lions. I lie among them, the sons of men, whose teeth are spears and arrow, and their tongue a sharp sword. Be thou exalted, O God, above the heavens, thy glory above all the earth. They have prepared a net for my steps. My soul is bowed down. They have digged a pit before me, whereof they are fallen themselves. Selah. My heart is fixed, O God. My heart is fixed. He says it 2 times. Why? Fixed means established. And we can understand what David is speaking about and his heart being fixed in Psalm 111, I believe it is, or Psalm 112. David says, my heart is fixed, trusting in the Lord. What's he trusting in? His mercy and his truth. That's the whole context of the psalm. My heart is fixed. It's established by trusting in your mercy. My heart is fixed. It's established by trusting in your truth. My heart is fixed, O God. My heart is fixed. I will sing and give praise. Some of the psalm is escaping me, but awake, psaltery and harp. I will awake early. I will praise thee among the people. I will exalt thee among the nations. For your mercy is great unto the heavens, and your truth unto the clouds. I was a little rusty on that one for some reason. It escaped me, but Holy Spirit, I thank you for leading us into all truth, for leading us into the path of mercy. For you are the Spirit of grace and truth. For the law was given through Moses. Grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. I thank you for the healing of our minds, for reconnecting, that we would be whole, that we would be connected to the heart of the Father, that we could enjoy that sweet fellowship, that peace, that knowing of walking in the cool of the day, yoked to you, Lord. walking as one with you. I thank you for simplicity coming to the hearts of your people, Lord. To walk this out as this revelation comes into their heart. That we may be rooted in your mercy and grounded in your truth. Thank you for your great goodness, the inheritance in your finished work. Thank you for your great goodness, which you've laid up for those that fear you, which you have wrought, which you have worked. It's the finished work. Which you have wrought for those that trust in you, that trust in that finished work. Before the sons of men, you shall hide them in the secret of your face, the secret place. The secret of your face from the pride of man. Where's that? In his mercy. Humble yourself under the mighty hand of God. That's under his hand of mercy. Because it's nothing we did. It was the shed blood. It was his life laid down. Thou shalt hide them in the secret of your face from the pride of man. That's what brings us out of pride, is coming under his hand of mercy. Laying down our life, just as he laid down his life. Forgiving, just as he forgave. Not sitting in the seat of judgment, but sitting in the mercy seat. It's how we come out of that pride. Thou shalt hide them in the secret of your face from the pride of man at the mercy seat. You shall keep them secretly in a pavilion from the strife of tongues. What's that? That's the carnal mind. That's the enemy's voice. My thoughts are not your thoughts. That's the enemy's voice. How are you kept from the strife of tongues? By abiding in the truth of the Lord and walking it out. That's mercy and truth coming together in the secret place. Coming back into covenant with him. The blood of the covenant and his body, the oath, the truth. Father, I thank you for destroying the face of the covering cast over all people and the veil spread over all nations, and for swallowing up death and victory. Shalom. Shalom.